So over the weekend, former President Barack Obama was campaigning with our current president, Joe Biden, and told Jimmy Kimmel that he and Michelle agree that the Obama political legacy ends with the two of them. Take a look.
President Obama, I have a Father's Day question for you.
Yes.
Who would make a...
I mean, hold up. Do we not? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I hate that I can't. What? Look at it. This is crazy. This must have been the freezing that everybody was talking about. Like, he's just sitting there just smiling. Like, there's no type of, there's no type of real reaction or, it's just like, smile, like stay in position. This doesn't even feel genuine, this position. I just wanted to call that out.
For you,
Yes.
who would make a better president, Sasha or Malia?
You know what? That is a question I do not need to answer because Michelle drilled into them so early that you would be crazy to go into politics. It will never happen.
Well, you know what? I have to finally agree with the Obamas on one thing. Just, you know what? If you can't be strong enough to have a strong backbone and a good support system, just don't even go into it. Because if you are the type that is so weak that you're going to capitulate to whatever the lobbyists say or whatever, or you're afraid to be called names, media smears, all of that, just don't even do it. Because you will get eaten alive and you won't be able to get anything done. All you're going to do is go in and be America last. That's what we see. There's a lot of things that goes on in politics behind the scenes that I used to didn't believe. But now it's hearing what I'm hearing and seeing what I'm seeing with lobbies and all of this. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't tell any weak person to ever step in. I think people should step into politics. I think it should be a lot more people, real people who, when I say real people, American citizens who are like, working the 9 to 5 or whatever, who see what it was really going on the outside, but still have a strong personality, a connection with God, and a strong personality to say, because they're going to come at you and try to corrupt you in many different ways, and you gotta stand firm because they will corrupt. They will try to corrupt you. So you have to be the type of person who can stand firm. So if Obama knows that his kids can't do it, and Michelle knows that, the children, they can't do it, whatever. Yeah, just dead that right there. Just don't even go any further. Now, first of all, can we talk about how annoying this whole I don't care. I don't care. I don't like it. I think it's ugly. So, okay. So I don't even care. But I mean, I like the colors, right? But it's this is just extra. We never did this before. Whatever, right? You know why I don't like stuff like this is because it's on purpose to show we're multicultural, we're taking over. If it's not organic, just to me, it's it's pointless. This isn't a W for the country. It's not. The country's freaking sinking, and then this is what we're doing. Right. So I'm just one of these people, but obviously I'm not the producer on that show. Right. Okay. Let's get back into it.
So as funny as that is, it's also really sad.
Yeah.
Because does that mean that politics have gotten so nasty that young people won't want to go into it?
It is nasty. I miss Obama though. When I see him, I want him back. Yeah. It just makes you smile. I love him.
Thank you too, guys, for watching on Bring the Asteroid News. We like to bring the asteroid of real news to you guys. Real commentary, for sure. Real commentary. And if you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button and the notification bell. Thank you so much. It really, really helps.
He was such a good president, but I think that, the Kennedys have a legacy. They have that whole generation of guys. Yeah. Well, so look what happened with the latest, RFK Jr. Poor guy has a worm in his brain. Yeah. Which is a problem if you're going to run the country.
So that's the problem with the Kennedys, is that RFK Jr. has a worm in his brain. So that's the issue with the Kennedys. No, not the fact that two of them were taken out because they were standing up against, the lobbyists, the military industrial there's certain things I can't say on YouTube. There's no need for me to lose the whole there's no need for me to lose the whole channel, right? But there's countless evidences to what really happened with the Kennedys. But no, we're mad at RFK Jr. because he tells people maybe think twice before taking a shot. I could be mad at RFK Jr. for a lot more other things, right? I think he's a climate czar. I'm not here for somebody. Look, this is not Haiti, right? Where you're going to tell me that I'm using too much electricity. I'm not saying that we should be blowing electric. We should be people who know how to be minimalist, just in case if anything ever happened. But it's not the government who's going to tell me when I can use the lights and when I can't. And believe me, this guy would bring that kind of draconian type of order into this country without a problem. Okay. So yeah, no, I think he's lily livered, but that's not the issue. And going back to Obama, no, I don't miss Obama because I don't blame everything on Obama because now I know how everything works. But that still doesn't make him a good person. I think that he is nothing but a liar and a snake because he charmed people so much with the Black president. Like, I have older people in nursing homes who are like, I love Obama. He was my first, but I never thought I'd see the day to see my first Black president. And I'm not rude to be like, girl, all he did was work for the Israelites. I'm not going to do, I'm like, yeah, that was wonderful. Like, how can I take that away from, some geriatric person who's, God bless their soul, they're on their way out, right? So I could never do that. But what I know, the fact that he does that for people think that, and then they love it. And then I know behind the scenes, he was just nothing but another pawn who did nothing really to help the nation. In fact, he brought in Marxism through, like, he federalized Marxism as far as I'm concerned, right? So yeah, I know I don't like him, but I understand an older person. I would never take that away from an older person, ever.
But the thing of the Obama, and they were subject, the Kennedys are all subject to the same kind of vitriol that any other president was. But with the Obamas, on top of that, you have racism coming at them. And these kids remember when Melania and Trump said that he was a birther. Yeah. That whole lie that went around.
Okay, I got to be careful on YouTube, but believe me, okay? I've looked into this. And I'll leave it there. By the way, it only took them about a minute and a half to get into more racism. What is the big deal about asking questions of a person? But because they're Black, you can't ask questions of that person? I'll leave it there because I'm not going to lose this channel. Yo, they are like walking on lava for me, but like, I'll leave it there.
Said that Obama wasn't born in this country. So I don't think that they want to subject their kids to such nonsense. Well, I agree with that.
And I think a lot of Black mothers especially would be nervous about their children getting into politics because of the racial bias that still exists in this country, the societal bias, the structural racism that still exists in this country, even though people think that that's not true. But, we need less influencers, young influencers, and more leaders. We do. We need fresh blood.
I'm going to clap my hand too, Sonny. I totally agree. We do need fresh blood. We need people who aren't afraid to say it for what it is. Now, first, that whole thing just now about, I don't think that, I think Black mothers would be scared to bring their kids up. Like, oh my God, like this cudgel of, because racism and structural racism, don't get me wrong, there are systems put in place to stop a lot of people from doing what they need to do, but it is not about race. It will be brought to you that way in the media. And to be honest, like a person like me, just so you know, and I'm not glazing myself or like, giving myself this extra type of like, boasting or bragging, but y'all know, I'm America first. I follow Christ first. I'm America first, right? So I'm here like, no, we have to say it all, deal with it all. Boom, let's really fix the country. They would label me, the media would work against me, and they would call me the Black white supremacist. They would call, so like that's what would happen. So yeah, you could say it's like a racial thing, but it's not like a racial thing to like, it's not a racial thing to make me feel bad, like, oh my God, we got to protect Casey because she's Black, and they're saying that they're talking about her Blackness and Black. No, they would deny me being Black. They would try to call me white or say that I'm not Black. And I mean, this chick would like go to town, at least thinks she was going to town with somebody like me. That's what the media would do. Anytime you see they spew vitriol at any person, like and label them any kind of thing, 9 times out of 10 that person's more than likely saying the right thing. Nowadays, that's just really how I move. If the media says that person's a bad person, I usually go look the person up and see their positions. And 9 times out of 10, I agree with a lot of what they're saying.
We need young people that are unafraid to give their unvarnished opinions and not be as concerned about their brands and as concerned about what other people will think, and
Or about getting
stand
reelected
and getting
constantly.
reelected and stand on the right side of history for a change.
Yeah.
And
I think we
so
haven't. We have not
disappointed.
taught them how to do that.
Yeah.
We haven't.
There are
we
many,
haven't.
many
No,
young
but I have
people
to
willing
tell
to
you,
do it. We've seen
we
it
have
at
not
college
taught.
protests everywhere.
We have not taught young people how to stand for stuff. They're learning.
Yeah.
But this is not something, we were forced to do it because our brothers and sisters or uncles and cousins were forced to be thrown into wars. They were thrown into stuff. Women wanted the opportunity to go to school. There were things we were fighting for.
But they're
for
fighting
the right
for things now, and
they
their
are.
places are being
But
squashed.
what you're saying, I don't know that that's true. I think a lot of the problem is because people keep saying, where are the grown-ups talking about us?
Yeah.
And I say, we've done this. We've been doing it. We're waiting for y'all to come.
Well,
and go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that I love what you're saying about leaders versus influencers and not worrying about brands and having a voice. I think seeing what I see in the world and the way politics has chased out so many good politicians. The reason the Obamas sit here and everyone's like, Michelle, run, do this. They're like, we're good. We did everything we could for this country and we're out. So like as a parent, I think I go in and I want a leader. I'd much rather see a leader on a local level or some other career where you could make arguments, you could be heard, you could have a voice and
What you're
opinions,
talking
but
about.
not
Yeah.
the national level of our politics.
Not
At this point, the worst among us survive the longest, like cockroaches, and they don't do a lot while they're there. So I don't know one parent that would say, I really hope my child goes and does that.
I hope my child.
I can't.
I hope my child.
But
I do not.
I have to say,
do.
when watching him say that, I related to it so much. I said to my husband yesterday, we had, the news on in the background, and I said, I used to love politics. It was my first love, and now it just stresses me out and gives me anxiety. The best ones, and those are the ones we want in
Yes,
leadership.
I think they're seeing it on social media. They're seeing the trolls. They're seeing the vitriol. They want to change it. I am raising that generation, Gen Z.
She's raising communists. God forgive me. I'm sorry. So I'm going to stop right here. We'll stop it here. All right. We'll watch just a little bit more, but I will explain to you exactly what Sunny is saying. And then I'm going to tell you what should be said, right? I can't tell these people who to be or whatever, but she's a communist. She's an absolute communist. She's an absolute communist, but let's anyway.
And I see it not just with my children, with their contemporaries. They want to make a change. They are tired of what they are seeing. They are tired of seeing the chaos in Congress, and they want to save their world for their future generations.
To your points, Whoopi, you're talking about how we fought for our rights, which we did. Now, I think young people need to understand that they have to fight to keep those rights.
Yes,
I'm not sure that they get that.
Well,
yet.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
Who would believe that this group of politicians on the right want to take all of our rights away? I mean, who can really believe that?
And these young people were born into a world with that privilege of not knowing.
They
what
have
the other
abortion
was.
rights, they have voting rights.
But we also have to remember that with
love abortion. They just be like, they have all right, let's let Whoopi finish it up. That's I knew in the rights. They have abortion. Like, okay, calm down, relax, Chief, relax.
Young people. The best thing about young people is that they're young people. But we didn't get the opportunity to sleep. That's why when people say, woke generation, we were never asleep. We were never asleep. We couldn't go to sleep. People my age, we had to keep trying, and we kept trying to engage people to come and fight for the things that we all thought were that could never be messed with. So now we're in a situation where we have to say to them, listen, this isn't politics as usual. This has to come from us. If the leaders who we have are not leading, we're not helping,
So I'm going to,
that's why I say I think we have to, as the adults, the 50-year-olds, the 60-year-olds. Listen, I know y'all don't want to hear from us necessarily, but we know the tea.
What, T? If communism? No, that's okay. Thank you. You take your communism and you shove it somewhere where the good Lord doesn't lie. Like, where the sun don't shine. Seriously, because like I'm not a communist. So let me explain this to you, right? Whoopi is actually saying things that make sense. Excuse me. About like fighting and things like that. Those kind of things do need to still happen. I definitely believe that like we should be fighting. We should be fighting though to get back to our constitution, okay? Not to add in more so-called rights. You guys will have to stick with me here because I'm going to say something that's going to sound insane, right? And radical, but it's really not. Abolish a lot of these acts, one of them being the Civil Rights Act. I know everybody hear me out. I think I've said this on this channel before. What's happened is that we've given so much. It's always this thing where we need humans to affirm our God-given rights, right? The Constitution is there to serve and protect the people, okay? So if we just go back to the real small government, get rid of all of these different acts. We got the Patriot Act, all these different acts. And yes, the Civil Rights Act, you can actually control your government a certain way where I'm not going to lie to you. I have a problem with dual loyalty. I do. You know, Ilhan Omar or that guy, Brian Mast, you know, Ilhan Omar, all she talks about is Somalia. Brian Mast goes into Congress with a with you know IDF soldier, you know, Israeli uniform on. Like, what is this? What is this? This country has become nothing but a buffet. And I'm sitting here, this black person, telling you this because I need to know that when you people are being picked for government, it's not to say no this allowed, no that allowed. Your Constitution, I'm sure that there's somewhere where you still are protected to go into government, no matter what color you are. Don't get it twisted, or race, religion, or whatever. But I need to know I have America firsters, and we haven't had that in a long time. When I tried to run for Senate, right, I was running on this whole position of like I'm America first, and I meant it. Y'all know my blood is Haitian. I am Haitian heritage, and when I visited Haiti, I love Haiti. I love my culture. I love the food. I love the music. I love my parents. I love all of that, right? But I'm America first, so I'm not one of those who would go in and then say, "Hey, you know, I want to do this for Haiti. Let's see what we can do for." No. We need to fix America before we do anything else. And so when what is his name? Dr. Oz was running, and he was running as a dual citizen of Turkey. I was like, no, this is crazy. I was like, this is crazy. Like, no, he should not. Like, no, I can't question that. What I didn't know is that there's a lot of people with dual loyalties, right? I mean, this is known, right? So I have a problem with that because we've been last for too long. It's like it's a buffet. Come to America, run for something, and then get all this stuff done for another country. It can't work like that. It doesn't, because guess what? The American citizen keeps coming last. Furthermore, we also do wars in other countries and destroy other countries, and those aren't for American benefits. Somebody will say, oh, no, because you need the resources. No. There is oil underneath America. There is oil. We'd have been fine. Not messing around with a bunch of other countries. Don't believe the hype on that. Don't believe the hype. So, yeah, but these people, when they talk about fighting, they're talking about communism. The more we fight for rights, we make groups and protected classes, right? So now, okay, black people, you marched for your rights to be equal because you needed humans to make you feel equal, right? Well, guess what? Now at the jobs, it's like okay, now we do the whole affirmative action at the job. We got 5 slots, right? And thinking, all right, well, I'm a black man, I could get in. Nope, we need more trans people. Cancel the black man. Oh, you don't think about how far this stuff goes. So that's why I'm like, yo, I'm just like, why don't we just, you know what I mean, strip away a lot of this stuff, this bureaucratic stuff. So that's the type of fight. I want to get back to America.